What if all insects disappeared? The disappearance of all insects is the immediate physical removal of the primary agents of decomposition and pollination. The planet's biological recycling system suffers a total mechanical failure. The one big thing that changes everything is that dead organic matter stops being broken down into smaller particles, causing a global accumulation of waste that locks all available nutrients inside solid remains. The most shocking physical reality is the permanent halt of seed production in 80% of the world's plant species. Plants are mobile biological structures that require a physical carrier to move heavy pollen grains from one flower to another. Without this mechanical transport, the production of fruit and seeds stops instantly. The result is a world of sterile plants that will live their remaining years and die without leaving any successors, eventually leading to the total collapse of the green layer of the earth. The soil stays aerated and permeable through the constant mechanical digging of trillions of insects. They bore millions of miles of tunnels, creating a complex network of air pockets. Without this constant tilling, the earth packs down under its own weight, becoming as hard and dense as a stone slab. When rain falls, it cannot penetrate the surface. Instead, it creates high-velocity runoff that strips away the top layer of loose dirt, leaving behind a barren, mineral crust that is impenetrable to water and air. Imagine the physical accumulation of every fallen leaf and dead tree. Normally, beetles and flies act as a demolition crew, breaking down heavy timber into dust. Without them, the remains stay solid. This creates a thickening layer of dry, organic armor over the ground. This layer physically blocks sunlight from reaching the soil and exerts a crushing weight on any new shoots. The planet becomes a stagnant vault where the dead physically smother the living. Higher animals like birds and amphibians depend on insects as a high-density fuel source. Insects concentrate energy into a compact form that is easy to digest. When this fuel is removed, these animals burn through their internal energy reserves to stay alive. They lose body mass rapidly and collapse from physical exhaustion. This energy deficit moves up the chain, causing the larger predators to starve as the fundamental building blocks of animal mass are stripped away. Plants function as a global cooling system by absorbing solar radiation and releasing moisture. As the current generation of plants dies out without replacing itself, the Earth's surface loses its thermal protection. The dark, exposed ground now absorbs 90% of the sun's heat. The local temperature of the soil rises, baking the roots of the remaining vegetation. The cooling cycle of the forest is replaced by a cycle of rising heat and dust. The chemical balance of fresh water changes as insects stop filtering the water. In rivers and lakes, larvae consume the decaying particles that would otherwise putrefy. Without this filtration, the water grows thick with green bacterial slime and trapped gases. The liquid loses its oxygen content, turning into a toxic, stagnant sludge. This change in density and chemical makeup kills the fish and makes the water a lethal poison for any animal that consumes it. In the forest, the physical weight of uncollected wood becomes a massive reservoir of dry fuel. In a healthy cycle, a tree is dismantled and returned to the earth. Without insects, the timber stays solid and dries out, creating millions of tons of unrecovered fuel. When lightning strikes, the resulting fires reach extreme temperatures that melt the minerals in the soil, turning the ground into a landscape of scorched glass where no life can physically take root. The ultimate result is a planet that has lost the mechanical ability to recycle matter. Life on Earth is a fight against gravity, and insects are the workers that move the dead back into the cycle of the living. Without them, gravity keeps the dead where they fall. The world becomes a heavy, silent place of stone, stagnant water, and accumulating waste, where the great engine of growth has simply coasted to a permanent, physical stop.